I've been told time and time again.
Well, hang on, Matt. Say hello to Amanda. Hi.
Well, he called already before. You don't have to be an
Oh,
a-hole about it.
geez,
This is the second call, man.
Sorry, Matt. Jeez.
Jesus.
Sorry, man. So my question regarding Steagald and search warrants and third party homes.
Yep.
If you have a warrant that you're trying to serve and you see somebody or you see the subject through the window of the third party home, do you still have to have consent by the homeowner to enter the house without a search warrant?
I definitely, yeah. I got your answer. It's you got an arrest warrant for a subject. He's at a friend's house. You see the subject inside the home. Do you need the occupants of that third party home's consent, express or implied, or can you just like let's say you knock on the door, the homeowner answers, you just walk on in? That's the question, right?
Yes, sir.
All right, I got you. Stay right there just in case we have follow up. Zach, why don't you take this one first?
This is an easy one, but it's a common question, common misunderstanding. No, you cannot just walk in. You need every home entry, the crossing of the threshold requires consent, a warrant, or exigent circumstances.
Crew, come on, reinforce the crew here.
Right.
That's your time to shine over here.
With crew, the only recognized exceptions here are consent and exigent circumstances.
That's correct. All home entries require some form of exigency.
And remember, this is an arrest warrant for the person.
An arrest warrant, right? And the arrest warrant carries the implied authority to go into the arrestee's home or to intrude upon his expectation of privacy. This whole situation here is about the homeowner's Fourth Amendment rights, not the arrestee's rights.
So you're saying that the arrestee, he likely cannot sue for the home entry.
That's correct. The entry is
the homeowner
lawful
can
as
sue.
to him. Yes, the entry would be lawful as to the arrestee, but it would not be lawful as to the homeowner.
Now, Zach, I like to think I like to just do extremes, because extremities, when you ride the edge of things, you find out where the faults are.
Yes.
If we went into that house and bypassed the homeowner, and the homeowner is highly offended that his government is entering his home without judicial authority, his consent, or exigency, and he fights, he kind of resists the unlawful intrusion, and he gets hurt or killed, are the cops going to be in hot water on that one?
Yeah, we're going to get the checkbook out and write lots of zeros at the end of that.
Maybe some commas.
Yeah, commas and zeros, lots of them.
All right, there's your answer. That's absolutely correct, right? We're violating the homeowner's rights, and we can't violate their rights either.
Okay, yeah, because I've been told by guys at my agency, guys at neighboring agency, time and time again that, if we have eyes on this guy that we're trying to get on the warrant through the window, you don't have to have consent. And I've disagreed with them over and over, and I'm like, I don't agree with that. I think you're, stepping on wrong toes doing that. But
but here's the thing. This is the beauty of your question. Zach already gave you. Well, you actually gave the case, didn't you? Say Steagald, or who said Steagald?
He did.
Well, then we're good. You have the case that says you can't do it. And
I've read through Steagald, but I wasn't sure if at some point I missed the part where, like, whether if it was reasonable suspicion that the guy was in there, or if it was.
Well, they had probable cause. Well, they don't. Well, remember, 100. There's nothing. Very rarely do you have 100% certainty on a lot of things, but when it comes to criminal law, right? It's they had probable cause that he was in there. What was his name? Jimmy? No. Lyons. Jimmy was it?
Lyons. It was Lyons. Yeah.
Yeah, he was the guy they were looking for, right?
He was the guy they were looking for, but of course Steagald got wrapped up into because they found like bricks of cocaine or whatever inside the house.
Lyons' phone came back to that house.
Yeah. So the point is that you have the case. It's Steagald, and his rights were violated. That's why he walked on the cocaine case. And now after Steagald, if that happens again, we can sue police officers for clearly violating his rights. That's why it cannot happen. It will not happen. Cops cannot do that. They cannot have a lust for the bust, right? Just slow it down. You got to get judicial authority to be in there or consent. Now, just since you're on the phone, Matt, just as a sidebar, if the suspect says no, stay out, and the homeowner says yes, come in, well, you know what we're going to do? We're going to go in.
Oh yeah.
Because he has greater authority of their home.
Wait him out. If he's at his friend's house, he'll leave.
Or throw a flashbang in there. Do something. They'll come out. All
Yeah,
right, good question.
And Matt, I want to emphasize, I get this question all the time, Matt
Thank you.
points it out. This issue is not about how certain we are he's in the house. That's not the issue. The issue is whose house he's in. So the fact that we're 100% certain he's inside is irrelevant.
Let me tell you.
Yeah, he'd have a
Fourth
shirt on
Amendment.
with my name and date of birth on it.
No, he can say, "Hey, I'm here." So,
Yeah.
in here, let me just tell you. We're going to end off here. But let me tell you a classic example that there's an actual case from, I think it was Kansas, but because they violate a lot of rights down there, as we found out tonight. So, they have an arrest warrant for this guy. Okay, now they heard that he's staying at the cousin's house, apartment. They knock on the cousin's apartment. The cousin, the non-wanted person, right? The cousin opens the door. He sees the police there, and who's on the couch playing Xbox?
Your guy.
The guy that they wanted. And what do? Push past.
Yeah.
Push past the cousin, the owner, the occupant, and go grab him on the couch. And I was like, hold up. You just violated that person's rights, the person who lives at that apartment. And you should have seen their faces. They're like, wait a minute. That doesn't make any sense to us because we can see him. He's right there, and we have an arrest warrant. We can see him. He's 10 feet in front of us. I said, you didn't violate his rights. You violated the other guy's rights. And if he goes to a lawyer and sues you, you will pay him because it's been clearly established, what, 1982? Something, 1984, something like that, Steagald?
81 or 82.
Yeah. Yeah, and so Willie says they're going with plain view. And that's another thing that we hear all the time. They think if you can see it, you can touch it. And as a judge said, okay, I forget, Learned Hands or something like that, he said, as old hands at the burlesque house, no, you cannot touch everything you see.
There you go.
I mean, we're in Vegas. We know that. You can't touch everything you see.
Right.
All right, guys, thank you so much, man.